Hi Virgo, welcome to your collective reading for the month of May. My name is Kimberly from The Path Illuminated, and I have just started this YouTube channel, so I'm very excited to be doing more readings and connecting with you all. I am a tarot reader, an alignment guide, and a coach. I do not view myself as a psychic or a fortune teller, but I am an energy reading, so I believe whatever messages come through the cards today, they are ultimately for the evolution of your soul, to provide you with a different perspective, food for thought, to provide you with support and hopefully some inspiration. But at the end of the day, always trust yourself above anything or anybody. You have free will, and you are going to know what's right for you better than anybody else. And again, it is a general reading, so it may resonate, it may not. If it doesn't resonate, don't try to make it fit. I am going to pull 5 cards for the overall energy. Then I will pull some clarifiers, and I will close it out with an animal spirit card. Thank you, angels, spirits, and guides, for giving me a clear and accurate reading for Virgo for the month of May. Thank you for being here. If the messages resonate, please like and subscribe, as they say. I am recording this on April 17th. We are still in Aries season, but we are quickly approaching Taurus season. And we have on April 19th/20th, depending on where you are on the globe, we will be having a new moon and a solar eclipse in Aries. And then several hours after that, we will be moving into Mercury retrograde and Taurus season. So as I say to everybody, I'm not an astrologer, but I do follow astrology. During Mercury retrograde, it's all about reflecting, resetting, reconsidering, resting, recalibrating, all the re's. Notorious for, people saying don't text your ex, but it's a lot deeper than that. And it's a good time to double down on your self-care practices and rituals. Do what you can to not allow the chaos of these astrological transits to get you into a reactive mode. When in doubt, pause. Triple check those emails, back up that computer, all those things. Be prepared for the unexpected. Be prepared for technological issues and annoyances. That's too many cards. Just one more card, Spirit. Thank you. Thank you, Spirit. I'm going to pull some clarifiers, but just kind of looking at the initial spread. The Magician is the first card out. So Virgo, you are definitely very connected with spirit during the month of May. In this card, he has all of the elements. He has the pentacle, he has the cup, he has the sword, he has the wand. So during the month of May, Virgo, you have everything you need to manifest the life that you are hoping for, to create your reality. And the Magician is clarified by the Hierophant. So this is all about, for me, being very spiritually aligned, but also maybe going deeper in your spiritual development and understanding that in order for you to maintain this magician energy, that you should be doubling down on your spiritual practices, learning more, potentially like connecting with a mentor, or a coach, a therapist, a tarot reader. But ultimately, you have everything and you are very spiritually aligned. So I think you're being called in the month of May to really double down on that. And understanding that the key to your success is going deeper into those spiritual realms and connecting with people that I would say that you admire and look up to, that are going to help reflect the person that you are, the person that you want to be, and the path that you are hoping to move into. All right. So the next card is the Queen of Swords in reverse, clarified by the Chariot. So Queen of Swords in reverse, I see this as, you know, during the month of May, even though you are in your magician energy, you might be doubting yourself. You might struggle with some of your boundaries. You may be questioning yourself, your intellect, your thoughts, which is not necessarily a bad thing. But I think that you just might have a bit of a foggy brain during the month of May, which tracks, right? When you think about the fact that we're moving into Mercury retrograde, it might be a challenge for you when it comes to how you are thinking about your current situation. But ultimately, it is clarified by the Chariot. So there is going to be movement forward. I just think that you're going to be dealing with a bit of a mental block during the month of May. And it's regarding a really big decision. The Lovers is the next card out in the initial spread. And, you know, oftentimes people see the Lovers and they automatically think romance, but really it's about a really, really big decision. And you might be dealing with a mental block because you're not quite sure what decision to make, but ultimately your intuition, connecting with your spirit guides, connecting with a spiritual teacher, I think is going to help you to find some movement through this mental block that's coming up during the month of May. It's understandable that you would maybe be blocking yourself from making this decision because you know it's fundamentally a very huge decision. And you are, I think ultimately you're going to make the hard decision, even though you know that it's going to be painful. This is in the traditional deck, and this is the Modern Witch Tarot deck. There are two cards for the Ten of Swords, and one is the Everything is Fine card. I mean, I see this as, you know, deep down, because of your intuition and kind of because maybe you've been the one who's been blocking yourself from trusting what you know you need to do. You know that this is going to be really painful, but I think you're going to come to a place in May where you know that even though this decision that you've been avoiding or not sure about making, you know it's going to be a very painful ending, but ultimately that's the ending that needs to happen because it's going to help you start this new beginning. A Death in reverse, again, you know, death is all about necessary endings, and endings of cycles, ways of being, ending a journey. And it can be a really scary card to see sometimes, but ultimately to me it's positive because the sun is shining in the background, and it's all about, in order for something to start new, something needs to die. But it's in reverse, so even though you know that you need to make this decision, perhaps because you know it's going to be really painful, you're struggling with letting this end. Or maybe, perhaps, during the month of May, you are waiting for Mercury retrograde to end. Maybe you're like, maybe the retrograde will pull this out of my life so that I don't have to make this choice. And it might delay this ending that is ultimately coming. But at the end of the day, you are the magician. This is the strongest energy in this reading, and it's showing up twice. So no matter what happens, trust yourself, trust that you have the tools that you need in order to manifest this new beginning. But even if you're holding off on making this choice because you're feeling a bit conflicted and you know it's going to be painful and you're not quite sure the timing is right, trust yourself above everything else. This ending, once you can accept this ending and make this choice, regardless of how painful it may be, you are really going to move into your Emperor energy. You are going to be the ultimate king. This is, for lack of a better term, the king of all kings. The Emperor embodies the energy of all the kings and all the suits. He is the ultimate. He is, you know, the king of the entire empire and is very grounded, authoritative, trusts himself, makes the best decisions for himself and for the kingdom. It's clarified by the Six of Cups, which is a really sweet energy. And I often see this as, you know, inner child healing. It can be talk about nostalgia, but I think that during the month of May, it's going to be Virgo, about you dealing with your own inner mental conflict and understanding that as much as you may want to avoid the conflict, you might want to avoid the ending, you know deep down that this ending has to come for you to really move into your Emperor energy. And I think the advice here is for you to do some inner child healing, to do some work with your inner child, and to comfort your inner child through the difficulties, through the situations where you know you have to be, your boundaries need to be very fierce. You know that you need to make a really challenging and ultimately painful choice, and that it's okay. It's okay to feel conflicted. It's okay to be emotional about it. And it's also okay to trust yourself to make the decisions that you know that are best for you, because ultimately it's going to get you exactly where you want to go. So yeah, I think I'm going to leave it there because I feel like that was a pretty clear and to the point reading. So I'm going to pull this animal spirit card to close it out. If the message resonates, like and subscribe. Angels, spirits, and guides. All right. Snake. I'm going to read from the book, so just bear with me, please. This is Earth energy. Snake, guardian of unawakened magic and creative potential. The snake is a symbol of our highest potential. It is said that Shakti, our creative life force, lies dormant at the base of our spine in the form of a coiled snake. Regardless of whether this image rings true for you, it's well worth considering the amount of unawakened or untapped potential within. What would life be like if you woke it up? How can you stir it from slumber? An experienced yoga or meditation teacher can lead the way. Make haste. The snake card appears when there is no more time to waste. When in balance, prosperous, creative, and charismatic. When out of balance, starts and stops many things. To bring into balance, Kundalini yoga and meditation. Yeah, so I mean, I think this goes back to the fact that you are being called to connect with your intuition and your spiritual side, and you may need to connect with a teacher, a guide, maybe just a yoga teacher, but really work on strengthening your own inner confidence and guidance to help you through this challenge during the month of May, and to work through some of the mental conflict and the avoidance of this ending that is coming your way. But I hope these messages resonated, and I will talk to you soon. Thank you so much.